Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. What I'm making is chicken scaloppine with herbs, alright? You're going to need 4 skinless chicken breasts, but they want the bone with it, okay? I cut the back pieces off because when they do it, they usually leave the back pieces on. I took that off my chicken. I'll show you. I've already rinsed it and patted it dry. It's right there. Now, when you see recipes that say they want seasoned flour, that means take flour and add salt and pepper to it. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything else. Now you are going to put a tablespoon in a frying pan of olive oil. And 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay, let's go this way. Recipes used to tell you to add salt and pepper to your flour. Now they call it seasoned flour. All right. It's a little crowded here again, which I always seem to be when I'm cooking. They want you to melt this. Heat it up, actually. They want a moderate heat. I was going to show you these peach muffins that I made, but the way the recipe went, I didn't like it because I knew a lot of people have trouble getting their muffins to rise, and yet they come out flat. They always get upset and they sit there and say, I can't cook. Well, the thing is that I redid the recipe. I'm going to make it again probably next week, and I will show you how we are going to change this recipe so you'll be able to do it. I made them with the flour that they want, and they taste like a cake, and I don't like them. I like my muffins to have more volume to them. That's how I am, and that's just my personal opinion. That's why I use other things in mine when I make them. So if you must know, it's very rare I follow a recipe completely. Now, add salt and pepper to your taste to your flour, and then we're going to dust these with flour. They also want the skin off of them. So as you can see, I did cut the ribs off of mine. And you only need 4 breasts, so this should be feeding 4 people. So when you re-seasoned flour, that's what they want you to do. I remember when they used to tell you to add salt and pepper to your flour. Southerners already know that. When they hear seasoned flour, they know it means add salt and pepper to it. Because that's how they do their chicken. I like doing mine different and using different flours and see what I can come up with. Now, a southern way they like to have chicken, I don't think northerners do. This is my father used to like to take butter and honey together, and he would sit there and mix it up on his plate, and he would sit there and dip his chicken into it, and that's how he liked to have his fried chicken. Come on. So we just have to wait for this, but a moderate, usually when they say moderate, that's like an oven, 350 degrees. That's how the old cookbooks. I read that one woman said they have the cookbook, but it doesn't give you the temperatures to them. And I smiled because women didn't have temperatures. They just said have medium hot, low, medium high, medium low, low simmer. So this is where we get some of the terminologies come from that time. But remember, at that time, they didn't have degrees. They didn't have ovens like this. They actually had to put wood on it, sit by the oven to make sure it didn't go over. Now they want us to brown these. I'm still flouring them. We're going to be at this for a little while. I got 3 really big ones and 1 small one. But they do want the bones on these. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. But they want the skin removed. I have some wild cats out in out back, so I give them, you know, the skin, the bones, and fish and stuff that I have left over. I give it to them. They seem to have no problem. My cat, turn the nose up unless it's sauteed, please. Now all this flour I'm going to save and use it another day. I mixed some whole wheat flour with mine because I want to get those B vitamins. It's just like peanut oil has an acid. The only place you get it. That's why I add to my all blend that I make sure I add peanut oil to it to make sure I cover for that acid that the cells need. It's the one that olive oil cannot make. And so I figured the best way to get all my acids is to make an all blend that covers for all of that for me. And it works. I also made this one. I was busy this morning. I made some more sourdough English muffins, but this time I just made just a simple wheat one. I think I already gave you this recipe, that's why I didn't, but you can see how big they are. They're huge. They're not what you get in the store. Okay. I am using a no-stick pan here. Now they want, we're going to be using chicken stock, but I'm going to use bone broth. This is chicken bone, so I'm going to use it in place of it, which will help with arthritis and stuff. I talk about it, and I hear people say it hurt. They don't, when somebody retires, their joints hurt, they just ache. Bones have a lot of minerals in them, and they keep the pain away. Now if you've worn the gristle off, which is between the joints that makes it easy for them to move like this without the pain. If you wear that off, you're in trouble. I don't know if it can be grown back or not. I have no idea. But I know if you eat throughout your life, you make sure you get those minerals and you eat the joints of the chickens and stuff and put bones down and use bone broth in your cooking. The arthritis that most people get at old age, they say, well, that's because you've been working. Men worked really hard before, and they didn't have the problem because the women used everything they had in the kitchen. Nothing really went to waste. We waste so much today. It's unbelievable. I mean, I would bury my compost out in the yard, but with food growing in, I can't do that. So we're going to keep on frying these for how long? They say fry it, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll be back when I get done frying it, and you'll see, and we'll put the rest of this together. Okay, you need 4 tablespoons of white wine, dry preferably, and 4 tablespoons of chicken stock. You need the rind grated of a lime and a lime juice put together. So I've already done the rind here. And I've got my wine, and I'm using chicken bone broth, but it'll be chicken. And you want all the juice from the lime as well. You put this all to the side. Still doing the chicken. You're also going to need 1 garlic minced. Sometimes you have to balance these things to work. Okay, so I'm still cooking it, still browning it, but you got your liquid together. Let's get the dry ingredients together, and then we'll have it so pretty mixed together. You're going to need a teaspoon of chives. This is going in another bowl. You're going to need a teaspoon of mint. You're going to need a teaspoon of dill weed. Doesn't fit there either. Need a teaspoon of parsley. If you're using fresh herbs, it's a tablespoon of each. A teaspoon of rosemary. We want half of the chili pepper, but I'm using red pepper flakes. This is for your heat. Decide on your own how much you want to put in for the spice. Now they want Chabelle. I cannot find Chabelle in the store right now. Let me see if I have it somewhere else. Give me a minute. My mistake. I do have Chabelle. It was in a bag, it wasn't in a bottle. And a teaspoon of basil. If you can find a red chili pepper, they want half of a red chili pepper. I cannot find it. Okay, I'm going to need another bowl. Okay, pour your liquid in. Put all your seasonings in. And put your garlic in. Boy, I make that pretty fun. I'll show you, just give me a minute. I've got to move everything around here again. And turn it down. And add 3 more tablespoons of butter into it. Boy, my kitchen's getting hot from cooking. Now you're going to put the chicken back in this. We're going to let it finish cooking. I'm going to turn it upside down this way. The butter's going to melt, don't worry. And we're going to finish cooking it in these lovely herbs. Really doesn't matter which way I go on you. Put a lid on it, and we're going to let this cook. This pan did not come with a lid, which I'm very upset with. Okay, now I'm going to let this cook. They say 10-15 minutes more. I think it's going to take a little longer than that because those are pretty big breasts. According to your size, if you have smaller breasts, it'll probably be done in a shorter time. But that's it for now. Okay, here it is. Just finished it. Doesn't that look nice? So listen, you take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.